So I should have taken this video while we were doing the swap, but I just realised now after it was too late. So this is an EF V8 Fairmont, and the other day the alternator just stopped out of the blue, and I researched and thought, I could buy a new one instead of getting second hand, which won't last very long anyway. If it's done over 200,000, it's probably going to have not much of its life left, just like my one did. And then I realised how expensive they are, and there's the EF, EL and XH V8s are less common than obviously all the 6s, so I researched some other ways of doing it, and they kind of sound complicated, you don't really want to take it on, but mucking around with one and trying to save the money was well worth it. So what I've done, now this is not just specific for like the V8 engines or any of that, you'll have to do some research because I'm not sure which fits which and all that, but this is 110 amp, and the body, this is my normal fronting, this is my normal fitting that come off this car, and the pulley, and the back of it from here all the way back is from a BA 6-cylinder. And yeah, so basically this was my plug, this was the plug from the BA, and straight in 110 amps, like I said. There's the thing, this is in the same spot, this is a positive output, and the only thing that's different, so the back is different. In the front, at least you've still got two mounts here, and this one here I'm still screwing it up. Now with this one down here, to make it more steady and to hold it in there a bit tighter, and I'll show you why I needed to do that in a sec, but because the back half isn't there, the back half used to fill in that gap. I'll see if I can get between, this is the front, and the back used to fill in between here and here, holding it a lot more steady as you do this bolt up that runs through to the back. I just cut off a piece of pipe and wedged it in there, and then I'm still doing it up, but it holds it a hell of a lot tighter than just having the bolt go through with nothing else in there. And another thing is, it is possible to get the back off my old one and the front off my old one and just change the internals for the BA, maybe BF as well, I don't know. It is possible to do that, but the BA alternator come apart real easy, and a whole lot fell off the back as well, but my one didn't, and we tried for ages and couldn't get it, so we just decided to leave the back on. And yeah, so anyway, there's one bolt at the back of my one which isn't in anymore. This is the third mount for the alternator. It runs up from your headers and it plugs into the back where that is. It's nowhere near bending in, it's too thick and I can't get it to bend down there, so I put my other earth strap back on it, and for now anyway, I'm just going to leave it and worry about it another time, or if at all, because it's pretty strong how it is. When I do that up and that up, it's pretty bloody good. So the point of this video, unfortunately I can't show you how we did it, which is annoying, I know, but we started off by using a rattle gun and nothing else to get this off. This is a 24mm nut, and it didn't took 2 seconds and the damn thing was off, and then we undone 4 of those bolts around here and then pretty much tapped the face off. And you will actually need to undo those 4 bolts there too, screws. See, it was trial and error with us. We didn't take them off and it pulled the bearing off, which is just underneath this cover. So you will undo those 4 screws. Like I said, I didn't make the video, you have to play around with it, but I'm just making this to let you know you don't have to fall into the trap of paying for, at Repco in New Zealand, it was $400 for probably a Chinese one. I don't know what make they are, and otherwise $700 for the 110 amp, or a 95 for $400. This is 110, and I thought, well, that was well worth it. Saves me a hell of a lot of money, and if it does break, well, then I'll just go and swap another one over, because there is thousands of BA ones out there, and not many, thousands of those 6-cylinder ones. Maybe even the 8-cylinder ones will go in there as well. As long as the internals are the same output, you guys can do a bit of research and just make sure they work. So essentially the only thing different is the mounting points for each car, and just hope that they work too. I mean, just Google them and have a look at the pictures and see if the plugs are the same. And then, yeah, I mean, just knock the face off and just play around with it. If it's already stuffed, just try not to break your V8 housing. I mean, the 6-cylinder BA ones are pretty easy to get, and BF possibly, and whatever else there is. You can, if you Google some forums, you'll be able to. There is a guy on there who showed you exactly what output is which one on which car, from EA all the way through to AU, on his post anyway. But yeah, so I definitely knew this was stuffed because it gave way on me. My battery's really good. I did a test with this multimeter. I put it on 20 volts DC, and just to test it, I see if I can. I tested it. My battery's really good, and it wasn't. Oh God, is it reading? No, it's not. Oh, because it fell out. If I can just touch it like that, it says pretty good battery. And then when I started the car up, I tested the alternator by keeping it on these same two, exactly how I've got it now. And the voltage on here didn't go up at all. And I've got the voltmeter inside this one in the cabin, and that was showing that it was really dull, and the light was starting to come on. So, and now that I put this one in, it took us about maybe an hour, and then it works perfectly. So I have to do all this up. I've already tested it. Just have to put this positive back on here. Put this mount down the bottom, or leave it off. I don't really care about it. Well, I do. I'll do it in a minute. And yeah, other than that, any questions? I mean, there's a lot of information you get by Googling it and checking out the Ford forums. But that's pretty good. These things are harder to get, and just the fact that some people want it perfect and they want the original mounts, and some people don't. It just, if you're looking to save a little bit of money, I mean, I could get an engineer to redo that mount down there. This one, sorry, all this crap. This mount that runs all the way back down to there, the steel thing, it runs down to the top of the header. I can get something like that remade or whatever, but for now, I'm just happy to have it going again for the cost of whatever my friend wants, maybe a box of beer, hopefully, and nothing more. Anyway, if you have a question, just ask. I'll try and help the best I can. But yeah, thanks.